Hello everyone and welcome to IO. We are on the fourth bonus match with Rui, Mattyrasker, ManyCopies, and Third Tide. IO is the volcanic moon of opportunity, so let's see who makes the most money here. Tret, have you found any peculiar founds you might want found?
I'm tempted to crush aluminum as I found. There's a lot of decent founds, by the way, so you don't need to find early. And finding late is good because you get early access to this Braba claim that's on the black market. I'm probably looking to find late, but if I want to find early, I want to crush some aluminum to get a nice head start.
Yeah, aluminum is expensive.
Of course, to buy the steel.
Yeah. For scientific, Mattyrasker 14k that. ManyCopies found the last as without that, and rest of the players have some debt with start.
Yeah.
What do you think about all the founds? We have a scientific and elite scavengers.
I think ManyCopies really wanted a very high aluminum tile that Rui claimed before him, but he did find a decent backup. It's a high aluminum tile. So as a scavenger, his tiles won't diminish. So this will stay high all game. I really think he should buy this Braba claim though. That's a big advantage of founding last in this position.
Yeah.
And I do like ManyCopies found. He has access to like important resources. He has oxygen there, oxide ice. Same for Rui. Matty. Yeah, maybe I want a few more assault tiles for him, but he can make that work. He has easy access to oxygen near him too. And then we have 30D. Yeah, he should also have a fine time. He has oxygen and basalt, that's all he really needs.
Mattyrasker is getting into steel and aluminum, and 30D is getting into heavier steel. In the meanwhile, Ruiz has built a nuclear plant. However, it was a black magic nuclear plant followed by a black magic solar condenser. I think it should have been better. It could have worked out better as a double nuclear plant despite this starting that, because no one is making power now.
Yeah, ManyCopies is in power too, and he's already, like, he didn't have any debt and he didn't spend any power for these quarries and the mine, basically. So he's already making power money. However, he never upgraded to HQ2, and he doesn't have any goons, which we see now get punished by Rui. I guess ManyCopies in 15 seconds can mutiny it back and hope that nobody continues to hit his power.
If I were ManyCopies, I would just buy another claim. Maybe not now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. Actually, buy a goon and build another nuclear plant. That would be fine.
Yeah. Nuclear plant is cheap for scavenger.
Okay, and now one of the trickier things about IO, we have an IO quake and it's very early, and an IO quake randomly destroys buildings. So you need to be aware of that and repair them. But everyone seems to have noticed and repaired the buildings.
ManyCopies has goon one power plant, which, however, now power money is dying because Mattyrasker has built a GL. 30D has built double nuclear plant, and that means every power consumers are covered. So power is going down, and no one is going to make more power money.
Yeah. So I like ManyCopies' decision of going ion collectors, like fuel is a solid market, and they don't need any inputs, like just a bit of power and you get basically free fuel, which sells for a nice amount. So we should be able to afford these upgrades with this. He can buy the glass, and he has the aluminum and carbon income. Rui, first HQ free. I like that. Yeah, he's doing the same thing, the ion collectors. It's a very strong play, especially as a scavenger, since you already have the carbon required to build it. It requires 80 carbon to build.
ManyCopies still has one claim unused, which now goes to third ion collector. What do you think about adding another one to this?
Well, he was thinking about it for a long time. I don't think he found any better options. But yeah, this is going to crash the price of power. I'm not sure. Does he have access to silicon, or do either of the scavengers? No, I guess that's the weakness of finding in this corner. Actually, silicon is really hard to get in this map. There's 4 tiles unclaimed at the top left.
4 low tiles. Maybe claiming double the basalt platform might be in consideration.
Yeah. It's a bit too early, I think, but yeah, it will come in handy.
Not now, but soon. Or HQ5 will move.
Yeah, and 30D managed to get to HQ3. He's been producing water with the water processors, which also gives him some power.
Mattyrasker is also into double water processor, which is on ice, so it will not consume the oxygen.
Yeah, so you can see they're more profitable than 30Ds. But I think this makes actually farms a good market now. We have 2 people selling them water. You can just buy water from them, produce some food. I would like to see that from one of them.
Silicon, glass, which means 30D or Mattyrasker will benefit from this.
Ooh.
However, ManyCopies identifies that silicon and glass would be good market and EMPs.
Yeah. This glass would have been really unsustainable with this silicon, and 30D needs to upgrade, but it's still really good money. I think he's very sad about this freeze. So this is an opportunity for Mattyrasker. Him being a scientist near basalt, he could just place glass kilns on the basalt and get the silicon for free, bypassing the whole low silicon on the map thing. So I hope to see. Well, he doesn't have claims right now. But once he gets claims, I would have seen him already to claim more of the basalt tiles, just to be prepared for this eventuality. Okay, we have a claim auction actually. I hope he buys it.
Mattyrasker has built triple steel mill on iron tile instead of the lava lakes. I think this is a lost opportunity to get into this good market.
Yeah. Okay, he did win the auction though, but he's going into a basalt platform. So I would have scrapped the other one and built 2 glass kilns. That would have been really good money right now. And at this point, fuel is really dead. I don't think you should be auto-selling at this point, because fuel will rise again. It always does in IO. The colony consumes it, everyone ships with it, you make water with it, you make chems with it. It will rise again, and then you don't want to have sold like hundreds of it for $5. You would want to have a stockpile instead.
Although Rui has been fast to upgrades, I don't like these black magic tiles everywhere in Rui's territory. I would like to see either double glass kiln or double greenhouse farm to make use of these high prices.
Yeah, definitely. It's also very like it doesn't have a lot of space, but it could definitely have made this work in pairs.
Oh, look at this pleasure dome. ManyCopies was the first to pleasure dome and is earning 211 solid money from it.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Now power is rebounding, everyone has scrap power, and look at this rate of increase in power. It's so IO.
Yeah. So only Mattyrasker is selling power right now. So really soon, unless people move into it, it's gonna be exploding. So I want to point out the water is it was down to 25-ish, now it's 40. This is very cheap for water on IO. You should probably buy some stockpile here. Use it to go into food. Actually, everyone is going into food. I really like that. But like, you don't want to buy this incrementally. You want to buy up a stockpile now, so you get it at this cheap price. So everyone made it to HQ4. Rui was first there. We have a patent lab from Mattyrasker, but he has not actually. Wait, did he win this in auction or did he acquire it? No, he acquired it. Yeah, he took nuclear engine. I'm not a fan of that. Fuel was very cheap. Fuel is easy to make on IO. So a solid patent here would have been like nanotechnology to easier transition your buildings, or superconductor to take advantage of the crazy IO power prices. ManyCopies is also in a patent lab, and so is Rui. ManyCopies is going for perpetual motion first, and Rui for liquid batteries. I really like liquid batteries in this position. Especially, wait, I was going to say oxygen is a launch, but actually chems are making really good money off-world right now. But it's going to be a while until we see someone go off-world.
Yeah.
A lot can happen until then. Carbon is kind of crazy, and a few minutes ago carbon was $1. And I just want to highlight the importance of buying up resources when they're basically free. You would have made a big profit now. Oh yeah, this hurts ManyCopies a lot.
I think people should start getting into optimizations like 1 HQ ago.
Rui upgrades to HQ5, and he claims 3 more carbon tiles to take advantage. Like, this is a very temporary carbon price, I think. As soon as they start shipping, this price is going to die, and then he will have pretty awkward claims here. So I'm not a big fan of this play. I would prefer to have like an optimization in carbons or something instead. Something that's less heavily committed to carbon.
As a scavenger, triple carbon is a big commitment to the market.
Yeah,
I guess
and now
we can use it for iron collectors, but other than that, it's a big tile.
Yeah. Especially with pirates around. Like, you don't want to be producing stuff here, because people can just pirate it. And there was a sulfur frost warning. You notice that little sound? That means in 1 minute, your buildings will basically be unable to finish building. It takes a long time to build. So you want to decide right now, what do I want to earn, or what do I want to make for the next coming 2 minutes?
30D has finally built a pleasure dome, which is earning 274, while ManyCopies pleasure dome with triple adjacency is earning 155. So they are sharing good markets. Rui is getting into ManyCopies. What do you think about this move?
It's very optimistic, but if it works out, then it's very good for him, I guess. Actually, there's a risk of him getting bought up afterwards. So even if it does work out, it's not a great play. Because 30D has enough money to threaten to buy into him. So yeah, it was very optimistic, and I think it was a bad idea.
Yeah, where Rui's money came from was this carbon money, and this carbon money died. Look at this carbon.
That's a good point too. Now he's only making money in the solars, and when it's nighttime, he won't be making any money at all.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is where you stop auto-selling carbon for sure. You're really helping ManyCopies out right now. Or basically anyone who uses carbon.
Okay. ManyCopies is finally building the first optimization center of the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, we talked about this. The sulfur frost will prevent him from finishing it for a long, long time.
It's going to take forever.
Yeah. And ManyCopies feels that Rui is a big threat and hits the farms and solar condensers. However, remember that it's almost nighttime. I don't think. Oh.
Yeah, I think ManyCopies should stockpile these EMPs and slow down strikes instead of attacking anyone.
Yeah, definitely. Until he sees a clear threat, it's better to have it stockpiled. I want to point out too that Rui, even though it looks like he has a lot of basalt here, and I thought that when he founded, they're actually outside of the map. So he only has 1 basalt there and 1 remote. It's very awkward. So if you saw this coming, you would much rather have 2 remote ones. Which, of course, is nice for the crazy silicon situation we have. Meanwhile, ManyCopies has a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's producing a lot of money from these triple ion collectors. Other players are getting into it, but because of this sulfur frost situation, Mattyrasker's ion collector is just going to be online. And 30D's ones are slowed and striked, as well as ManyCopies. So this field price is going to hold on just a bit longer.
I remember when it was $5 and nobody bought it. Alright, I'm gonna stop reminding people about that. Oh, this is interesting. 30D goes into a second pleasure dome, this time at the colony.
It does cut into ManyCopies profits, but it will not give much additional profits on 30D,
I think the plan is to scrap the one he has at his base afterwards.
Oh, that works.
It might be. Anyway, he will be susceptible to filthy pirates taking his chems. And chems is a very nice market now.
ManyCopies is a good lead. Has completed the optimization center, although it's not optimizing anything right now.
Yeah. I think this is when you optimize chems.
Should think about the late game and think about which sub you should buy into. So,
yeah, that too.
With this money. Like this 200k lead is usually means you can secure 5 stocks early, get the buy early. Or buy yourself and prepare for the late game.
Yeah, and Mattyrasker, I guess, sees the high percentage and buys into himself a lot to defend. And Mattyrasker actually has 4 basalt platforms right now and auto-selling the silicon. We're kind of making it easier. Yeah. There was a short circuit at the colony. It's a random event, and it raised the power price a lot. Let's see, who actually got superconductor? 30D.
30D is going to get a lot of power from this.
Yeah. That's very nice for him. And yeah, this is kind of where elites start getting scary. So I probably have him as my main target if I'm ManyCopies here. Although Rui currently has the most money.
I would be scared about 30D right now because 30D has started optimizing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he hasn't really started ramping up. It's just his superconductor patent that's making the nuclear plants and water processors look good.
Yeah, Rui is also in double optimization center. Rui will also be a good start for whoever takes it.
So I want to point out that ManyCopies' first optimization was first one was fuel, but when I said he should go into chems, he went into oxygen instead. And just looking at with the XE on the buildings, oxygen was making less, and you have to remember that this shut off during the night, so the optimization is less valuable for that reason too.
ManyCopies is getting into Rui. It will be an opportunity to 30D to prepare more optimizations and make game powerhouse.
Yeah, 30D is very happy to see this, and he decides to go into the game's first space elevator. Aluminum was very cheap. And we can see right now oxygen is by far the best launch, which makes liquid batteries a nice long-term investment if Rui can survive that long.
Yeah. I want to point out that Mattyrasker's full basalt platforms are could have been used as other markets like glass or electronics would have made more money in this case.
Ooh, look at ManyCopies base! Wow! So he has the synthetic meat patent, which means that greenhouse farms are always adrenaline boosted. And the food price is crazy, especially compared to the water price. And he has one optimization. So they made him like $1,000 a second, and he got attacked with a mutiny by Rui, but the two remaining are still making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I would consider like scrapping the solar condensers, making more farms to take advantage of this.
I think ManyCopies is preparing for counter mutiny on this, or maybe a goon, I guess.
Yeah, he also went into a space elevator and gooned it. And I like that it has a hologram there. However, yeah, I want to point out there's a lot of money to be made on world. Especially for Mattyrasker. He could have made his glass skins, as we talked about several times. There's a lot of money in electronics too. And still a lot in food, even though everyone transitioned into food.
500 electronics, like you don't need off-road in this game.
I would not have gone off-road.
If you can get it up and go undetected.
Actually, considering as too that ManyCopies was 60% of the buy on Rui already. It's one more reason to avoid the space elevator and just get the buy as fast as possible.
30D is getting attacked by Rui and Mattyrasker in open stock. 30D would not want to see this happening.
Yeah. So this really only benefits ManyCopies that Rui is buying more stock. Mattyrasker started optimizing, and he's optimizing power right now. I think like that's not good timing because power right now is pretty cheap. I would much rather see like fuel, glass. Oh, wait, he does have glass skins now, but they're not on the basalt. So if they were on the basalt, he would not have to pay any silicon for it. It would be for free because he's a scientist. But this really should have been here. All right, that was the 4th time we said it. We should stop saying it. And everyone transitioning into food really rose the price of water, and that's why I recommended buying into it. Buying a stockpile when it was $40, because you wouldn't be affected by this now.
30D is optimizing full electronics. I like this optimization.
Yeah, me too.
and is also building second space elevator, which is dangerously close to each other.
Yeah. So if you slow down strike one of these, and remember there are spies, so people can know about this if they pay attention to how slow these water processors are building. And yeah, you can just hit both of them at the same time with a slow down strike. So I would recommend putting them on opposite sides of the base. Of the HQ.
This is 100%.
Yeah, you should have the buy in a second. And I think you should check it. Alright, this would be a good sub for him. Rui has decent optimizations, a lot of claims. And one of the main advantages is it raises ManyCopies stock price by a lot.
It's very awkward for Dirty D to buy into ManyCopies because Mattyrasker is also buying into Dirty D.
Yeah.
And he's holding not negligible amount of money.
Agreed. This could actually work out for Mattyrasker though. Like if Dirty D manages to get a buy on ManyCopies, then Mattyrasker has a chance to take the win from him, even though Dirty D will have so many stock in other people. Just by getting in there early. But it does make it an awkward situation because...
Yeah.
Well, I guess... I don't know, why is it awkward? That's good, right?
Let's review the optimization choices in all players.
Yeah.
So Mattyrasker is perfect in power. I don't like this choice because power... Usually how to deal with power is get into power when it's high, get out of power when it's low. So perfect in power doesn't work out well usually. There's an opportunity cost on other markets. ManyCopies is heavily in life support market and did not optimize much in the advanced market like electronics, glass, and chemicals. Dirty D is perfect in elite style optimizations, but I'd like to see more optimization into glass and maybe chemical or food, water. No, food, not water.
Glass has been a very untouched market the entire game. I think like if many... I'm gonna say it for a sixth time. Okay. Yeah, we can see the price of oxygen really exploded after people went into space elevators. And right now, you should pay attention that maybe chemicals becomes a better launch.
I should complete my thoughts. Rui has also similar optimizations, like ManyCopies. So it should be okay, but also this double electronics optimization in Rui would be a good bonus for ManyCopies.
Rui is actually an incredible sub.
Yeah.
Earning right now 2,500 a second. And that gives ManyCopies the money to finish the buy on Dirty D.
Yeah.
And I don't think Matty has enough.
Nice No, I don't think Mattyrasker will have enough profits to counter this ManyCopies. ManyCopies has a majority of the sub on Dirty D who has double space elevator. ManyCopies himself has one which is making 40 to 48k per launch.
Oh, no food is... Yeah, I guess the launch changes a lot here. But yeah, Mattyrasker needs way too much money.
Yeah. So I like that ManyCopies dealt well with this scavenger's problem of having not enough claims. With how many claims each player has bought? Let's see. Black market. ManyCopies bought 3, Mattyrasker bought 3, and Dirty D bought 1 each. So ManyCopies overcome this claim problem with barber claims, and then optimization was the earliest into it. I think Dirty D could have made it work with this fund with more aggressive optimization in the good markets that has more than 300 in prices.
Yeah, agreed. I think in particular Dirty D's start was a bit weak because it went very early into water processors.
Yeah.
And they were not really the best market. Though you're easily fooled by water processors because they also produce power, which makes it seem like they're more profitable buildings than they are. But remember that the power usually only pays down your debt and not gives you money.
What I also like about ManyCopies play is that ManyCopies is producing steel. And that is possible because he has one basalt platform.
Yeah.
And it makes only the amount of money throughout the game, although there have been better markets. Having a solid source of money that you don't have to carry is also kind of good.
Yeah. It also helps because you, in a game like this, you would expect only 30D to be in basalt, because the scientist doesn't need to be in the platforms, and the scavengers don't need to be in them either for the iron. And that could create an opportunity for the elite to hack like uranium or silicon or something. So this is a nice counterplay to that too. Just go into one basalt platform as a scavenger.
So well played to well-deserved win to ManyCopies, and
yeah, congratulations, ManyCopies. All right.